Hey everybody, welcome back to another video where I only have half of my makeup on to start with. It seems like every time I start a video, I just look weird to start it, so I apologize for that. However, I have done my whole entire face and I am going to be reviewing a makeup palette for you guys today that just came out. Unfortunately, this artist has already come out with another palette past then, a Valentine's Day collection, but today I wanted to try for you guys the Kylie Jenner Blue Honey palette. I saw this online and I absolutely fell in love with the colors. Let's go ahead and open this baby up and see what colors we have. So here is the outside of the packaging. It's super cute. I really like the way it looks. And here's the back, lists all the color names. I picked this one up because I'm really digging the blue shades in there. They're kind of muted. So here is a look at the palette. Move it around. So we have 4 different shimmers here, and then we have 4 different mattes. What I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna do just an eye look. I already have my face done for you guys. I just am gonna do an eye look using I'm gonna try to use as many colors as possible. However, I feel like it'll get muddy if I use all of them. So I'm really gonna focus on doing this teal on my lid because it's literally beautiful. I'm gonna try to, and I'm so sorry about my nails right now, but it is so pretty and shiny and beautiful. So, and that was just one swipe. I'm gonna try this makeup. I've never tried Kylie Jenner's makeup before, so I'm super excited to see. Really, I'm just wondering if it was honestly worth the price. This tiny little palette was $37 and I had to pay an extra $20 for shipping. So, and it took about a week and a half to get here. So it was definitely a little bit later and I didn't expect so much for shipping, but I got it and I'm super happy and excited to try it out for you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump over to our first color we're gonna try. Okay, you guys, so I'm already baking right now on my jaw. I've applied everything. I have some unruly skin stuff going on, but what's new? So I'm gonna go ahead and start by using this color here very lightly. I'm gonna tap into the pigment and just show you guys how much shows up on my brush. So I kind of like to just go crazy with my eyeshadow, so I'm using this large e.l.f. brush. This one was, I think, $3 and I got it a long time ago. I'm not sure if it's actually for eyeshadow because it's so huge, but I'm just gonna go ahead and tap. So definitely not a lot of product for just a tap, so I'm gonna get a little swirl here. All right, so I'm just gonna follow my natural crease. Okay. All right. It's definitely not as pigmented as I would expect it to be for the price. However, it's very controllable. It's definitely not over the top pigmented. Some of you guys really didn't like that with the Subculture palette that came out, but I absolutely love too much pigment because I like to get it done fast and I like a lot of color impact. So here is, they don't have names, so I guess they might. So it's kind of confusing to tell you which name this is because they're opposite on the back, but I guess this one might be Raw? No, that can't be. It has to be Sweet Like Honey. I don't understand. Okay, so this is my 4th time dipping into the pan to get this pigment to be strong. I'm gonna give you guys a close-up look. For how many times I dipped it in the pan, I'm not really thrilled with how much pigment came out. I would definitely expect a little bit less of a struggle to get it out of the pan. So I'm like really swirling it around this time on this one. I really pressed hard in the pan. And I mean, they blend fantastic, but I definitely would like to get a color pretty solid on my first time. Okay, so there's 1 time as opposed to 4 times. So you can see how little it deposits every single time you build. Okay, so now we've done our Sweet Like Honey color. I'm gonna go ahead and go in. This is confusing again. This one could be Honeymoon or Busy Bee. I believe maybe Honeymoon. Let's go with that one. I'm going to go ahead and dip in there. I'm gonna show you guys. Literally no fallout, like none. This one seems a little more pigmented, but I'm used to my colors kind of going like poof and having like a lot of really good pigment coming out of them. So let's go in here with our second color. That's a pretty color. So I am kind of going for a cut crease look with these, with a teal lid. just so you guys kind of know what direction I'm going in. So that color kind of like totally overtook the other color, and I definitely didn't tap too hard into it. So definitely a mixed medium of how soft or hard these shadows are. Seems like this one's a shade darker and it seems a lot softer. So I'll let you guys know if that varies and changes with the next shade as well. Okay, you guys, so I have been trying the dark brown in the Kylie Jenner palette. That is this one, the Blue Honey. I've been trying out this color for about 15 minutes now, trying to get it on my eyes, and it's so not pigmented, so much so that I actually had to bring out a ColourPop eyeshadow palette and fix the brown, because no matter what, no matter how many times I went over my freaking eyes with the brown, the darkest brown she has in her palette, it had little to no pigment at all and it would not blend. So for a quarter of the price, I'm using a ColourPop palette to help blend out my almost $40 palette. And as you guys can see, this is completely messy. No matter what, it's just blending together. And honestly, I think that colors and palettes should be provided to be able to create a look, having some really, you know, dark brown, some light colors, some medium colors, something to just be able to create a nice look. I mean, I just feel like if you're gonna launch a palette with colors that just all blend together, like, I don't even know what to say. So I've been spending about 15 minutes blending out this eyeshadow, and it's just like melting into one color. So I'm very interested to see how this teal works out and if it's even worth it at all. So far, I would give it a no. Okay, so still continuing to sit here and blend it out. It's been about 25 minutes that I've been sitting here trying to blend this. As you can see, the dark brown is making like this horrible like blob on my eye. Whatever. So I'm just gonna move on to the freaking blue and just see how much that works out. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my ColourPop concealer. I have this one in the lightest shade, it's Fair 5. And I actually just bought this online. I ordered some stuff from ColourPop and I'm really enjoying it. It's also under my eyes. I have translucent powder on top of it, so it's making it look a little messy. However, ColourPop, for $6, it is a very great concealer. So I'm just gonna come in here and do a little bit of a cut crease here. I was honestly really looking forward to this palette, you guys. Like, I really was. Okay, so now that we have our cut creases, I'm just gonna go ahead and go in there and put a nude color on top of it. Like I said, I'm using only the Blue Honey palette, except I did use a little bit of a brown out of a ColourPop palette. But I'm gonna go ahead and use this one right here. I assume this color is called Raw, but the names of the colors are so weirdly organized on the back that I don't know if that's the exact color. Okay, so apparently this one is pigmented. Look at that. All right, so I'm going in with that Raw color. All right, you guys, let's get ready for this shimmery blue. Let's pray that this goes on right, because if this doesn't work, then the last reason that I actually bought this palette is a no-go. So let's see. Just gonna take my Mario Badescu, or however you pronounce it, and I'm gonna spray it on my hand. Using a little bit of that on my hand, I'm gonna take this brush and I'm just gonna dive in. So already this one seems pretty pigmented. The color's coming up really pretty because I did use setting spray with it. I haven't tried these shimmers by themselves, but I mean, it gave me like a decent amount of product, so let's see. Okay. Oh. Okay, so it ended up being like a pretty pigment. However, I do use a setting spray with it, so I mean, maybe that's the trick for all of them, but I really just don't see how you're gonna do that with the mattes, so have fun with that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop it on my other one. Okay, so that ended up popping a lot. It looks a lot more neon in the phone that I'm looking at here, but honestly, I definitely think that with setting spray, this one color may have been worth buying the whole palette. Okay, so I haven't done the corners to like blend it in because the color wasn't dark enough, so I'm gonna have to use a different palette for that. And I'm gonna lean in. Isn't that a pretty color? I think it's so pretty. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blend in some brown on the corner. I am gonna be using my ColourPop palette, and I'm gonna go ahead and tap and show you guys. I'm gonna be using a small brush like this. This one is just a little elf brush. Usually I use Morphe, and I'm trying to show you guys my brushes more because I get a lot of questions on that. But this one is an elf brush, which I do love the quality, especially if you're on a budget. It's great, which we've all been on a budget at some point. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this brown from ColourPop and smudge it in the corner. So the blue doesn't really blend well. I mean, I kind of could have expected that by now, but even with using a different palette for the brown, it's really just like not blending. So that's like the best I'm gonna get for the blend, and it made it turn. I mean, like, I get that it's blue, but like, it definitely shouldn't blend the way it's blending. It's just very rough. It definitely did pick up a lot of that blue pigment into there, which is normal, but it just doesn't have as pretty of an undertone blending as I thought it would, unfortunately. This palette is basically for little pops of blue that I might want to do down the road. Clearly nothing else. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this, because I told you guys I'm gonna try to use as many colors as possible. So I have used this color here, 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 and here, and here now on my lid. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this one and run it under my eyes just to give you guys an idea if these two are similar. So I'm gonna take my little Morphe brush. This one is, I don't know the number of it, I'm sorry, but I ordered it in a kit. Very affordable and great for the price. So already I'm picking this up, and it's definitely looking nice and teal on there. So I mean, you guys, I can't stop laughing at this right now. This is just awful. Come on, girl, like, I paid for this. Oh my God. Okay, so second swipe. That's how much pigment you're getting. Y'all, you guys, I'm digging into this palette right now. Like, I'm digging in. Oh my God, okay. Okay. Welp. That's interesting. Okay, so we're getting very uneven, unpigmented results. You know what, you guys? I'm just gonna do my liner and my lashes and my brows, and I'm gonna come back and give you my my final thoughts. We'll see how that goes. I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so I was having a little bit of trouble finding really good lighting over by my ring light, and I wanted to give you guys the absolute look of what it all looks like in natural lighting. So here's the palette. Don't get me wrong, and I'm gonna give you guys my review. This is just my personal opinion. This is not for anybody. You can trust my personal opinion, or you can try it out for yourself, but these colors are beautiful, yes, and they're stunning, but the quality is awful. The quality of this product is absolutely awful. I have never actually had eyeshadows that when I dip it in and I try to like put it on my eye, it doesn't do anything. Like, and unfortunately when I was recording this video, I actually didn't have it recording when I said some pretty important things, and that was my bad. But in that time, I did say that it took me 5 freaking times of dipping in, and I mean like swirling around in the palette as hard as I could to put it on my eyes and blend, and I still had to go in with another palette and fix it. And the only other palette I used was from freaking ColourPop, you guys. So I'm using a $15 palette to correct what my plus shipping almost $60 palette couldn't do, and that is not okay with me. By the time that I finally finished everything, you can see all under here, this color, the blue I put under my eyes, is completely gone. It's like and a lot of it was all over my freaking face, like on both sides. So it took me a while to not only blend the product, but also correct all the crap it did to my face. So like, why is it not sticking to my eyes? And I'm a professional. I am a licensed cosmetologist. I know how to put on eyeshadow. And honestly, it's just one of the worst eyeshadows I've ever bought and used in my life. So do I recommend the product? No. Am I gonna maybe try some of Kylie Jenner's makeup in the future? I really honestly will for review purposes, but I don't think I would ever choose and buy another palette from her in real life. I really think she's an awesome person. Again, this is all my own personal review. Y'all can go out and try it, but honestly, it's not worth it. So our final look ended up being very beautiful. Like I said, I'll zoom in. Here is the look from the two colors, and it ended up being stunning. So if you love the colors, go for it. However, just don't expect a lot of pigment, and when you sit down to use it, expect a lot of time. It took me 25 minutes to blend that brown into my eyes, and as you guys saw, it just honestly was like a blob, and I had to go in there with the color pop in the corner and blend it out. And I got so frustrated with the color that it melted into that I just put a heavy ass wing on, and that's how we roll. So thank you guys for tuning in today. I'm so sorry that if you guys were hoping for a good review on this palette, I had never tried it before, and I was really hoping for a good review too. So it just didn't work out today. I am going to be heading over to a shop pretty soon to pick up some new palettes for next week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this today. I've had a lot of questions on where I get my wigs as well. This one was just bought. I'm gonna go ahead and put a description of where I get them in a link from Etsy below, and then I'm also going to put all my Instagram, everything like that. If you guys are interested in a hair appointment, or if you guys have any questions, feel free to message me on there. Hope you're having a wonderful day, and honestly, if you guys buy this palette, like, send me your looks, send me what you do with it, and tell me how you feel about it. And if you honestly get it and you love it, I'm so happy you love it, and I really hope you come up with some really great, amazing eyeshadow creations. Have a great day, you guys. Don't forget to subscribe below and turn on the little bell so you get my notifications for my videos I release every Saturday. Have a wonderful day.